If you work in HVAC, you've likely heard of Jimmy Hiller, who was a former boxing champion that scaled his HVAC and plumbing and electrical business to hundreds and millions of dollars. And so Jimmy Hiller didn't just spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on paid ads to scale his business. He actually used a strategy that is completely free on Google Maps to scale his business. And to understand this strategy, we're literally one Google search away, right? So let's take a look. If we literally searched Hiller plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, let's take a look at what actually shows up, right? So he literally shows up everywhere. He has locations all around Tennessee where he's at. But the key thing here is every location covers a certain area. He's not just relying on one location because he would only have a certain amount of leads to get, right? And for every location, there are multiple ways and they're literally said to be open 24 hours, right? He has locations pretty much in every part of the city, and he has multiple options to schedule, to call the business, to go there, to go to the website, and a website pretty much for every single business, right? But why does he do this, right? Because the calls that you're getting for your business, right? For him, he is a HVAC and electrical business and plumbing business. A lot of these services come in as urgent calls. Hey, there's something wrong with my electrical, something wrong with my plumbing, something wrong with my air, and usually someone calls them directly. You solve their problem, build the trust, and then you sell them into a higher ticket service, right? That's exactly what Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electrical does in their business, right? They're focusing on attracting urgent calls from customers by ranking #1 in their service area so that they show up as the first choice for these business owners in their service area, right? But ultimately, how do they do this, right? So first, let's say if you own lots of real estate, you could have multiple locations, or you can just find a suite in your city, find a warehouse or something like that, and turn that into an office, right? That can be as little as $500 a month. You can have a suite office, and from there, you're going to be able to set up a Google My Business profile, right? So setting up the Google profile is completely free, and how Google Maps works is you're going to show up in your vicinity, right? So if you have one in the northern part of your city, that's going to show up for the people in the northern part of your area. In the south, you have another location, you're going to show up in proximity to the people in the south, right? You can't rely on having a location in the north, and you're probably like, oh, why do people, no one in the south call me, right? Well, you don't even show up for them because that's not how Google Maps works. And, would you go to the McDonald's that's 15, 20 miles away, or would you go to the one that's 5 miles away, right? Same exact logic and same exact thinking, right? But the key thing for you to be able to rank #1 in your area and rank high, or else you're going to be completely invisible and you get no phone calls, is you need to have an SOP in getting more reviews for your business, right? So train your technicians and crew members to constantly get reviews, having a automation within your CRM that after a service is completed to ask for a review, and just be really diligent on that process, right? The best time to plant that tree was pretty much yesterday. But what you also want to do is you want to keep on updating your Google My Business profile, right? Even if you don't have a massive customer list to get reviews, right? I would strongly recommend, having a Q&A section, right? Some common questions and answers that customers usually have, having a way to schedule things with your business, constantly adding products, services, catalogs, making daily posts on promotions on every Google My Business profile, adding photos, responding to reviews, adding different keywords to the things that you provide, your description, adding social profiles. If you keep updating your profile every single day, even if you don't have a constant flow of reviews, Google is going to see that you're active, that you're doing things. And because you have an active profile, probably 90% of your competition is not active, they're just focused on getting reviews, you can actually show up higher than your competitors. I've seen businesses with less reviews show up higher than businesses with more reviews simply because they are more active, right? You're not just going to lose to the monopoly business in your area who's just been around forever, right? If you are more active than them and you have an SOP to constantly get more reviews on a consistent basis, over time with multiple locations, you're going to win, right? Especially if you're dominating one market, another market, another market, another market, the possibilities are endless, right? And if you want to work with a business to replicate the strategy that allowed Jimmy Hiller to scale to hundreds of millions of dollars, feel free to book a call with my team below. We can help you with the paid ad side, or we can help your business rank on Google and ChatGPT and expand your service areas by creating more Google My Business profiles. So feel free to book a call with us below. We'll get you a free audit to see where you're currently ranked and put together a game plan for you to get more free phone calls from Google today. So I'll see you on the other side.